What is up, guys? Today we're going to be looking at the new champion Rek'Sai. One of the really cool things about her is her tunnel system that she uses, something we've never seen before, and that's what we're going to look at. So when you activate your W, you burrow underground and then you can create these tunnels. Now after a short time you click on them again and go between the two until an enemy steps on them and removes them. So the first cool thing with this is how the vision works with it. So as you can see, when I can't see Rek'Sai, the tunnels don't show up on the minimap, even though you get a really quick glimpse of her as she goes between the bushes. When you do see her use it though, that entrance will stay on the minimap until it times out or it gets removed, but if you don't have vision of where she ends up, you won't actually see the exit on your minimap. Now the cool thing is, and what most people won't have picked up on yet, is that if you see her cast a tunnel, then there is this dust cloud that appears where she's tunneled to, so where the exit is. These clips are exactly the same as the first ones, except we can see her as she uses them. So not only do we get the entrance on our minimap, but we can see the dust cloud animation of where she lands, so we know where she is. Alright, so now we know how it works, we're going to go on to the tips and tricks part, the actual interesting stuff. So her tunnel system means that you can bypass wards really easily, but remember that your E can also be a gap closer into a gank, so you may have to sit and wait for its cooldown. Let's start with this cheesy gank top, and a lot of laners don't ward this brush. They'll ward the river, or actually probably they're just not going to ward at all, honestly, which means they won't see you sneak in here. Now if by some miracle they do actually ward the brush, then you can do this instead, over the back of the Baron pit into this brush. Now going into the brush means that they are really unlikely to ever see this entrance, and it lets you get behind mid, top, or even just counter jungle. So that's the first way to hit mid too, but the most common one to bypass wards in the river is to go straight over like this. Now a lot of people pink the river brushes now, but not so much these side ones, so it lets them feel safe even when they're actually boned. Now bot lane is probably the lane that is the most difficult to gank, or what people find most difficult, but there are a couple of things you can actually do which are pretty cool. Now the first one is going over dragon, and this one sucks if they have the crab, but if not you'll skip past the most likely bot and mid lane wards. From here you can either go straight down or be even more sneaky and loop up and do as we did for the top lane gank. Now honestly, doing both over the dragon and over this wall is kind of a waste of time really, but doing one of them depending on their wards is actually a good idea. Okay, so there's one more for bot lane, and this has actually killed me a lot in the last couple of days. So going over the dragon wall, waiting for the cooldown in case try is warded, and then going over the corner of this wall into the lane and just wrecking me. Now people often don't ward behind them, so this is probably the highest percentage gank you can do, but you can only do it on red side. Alright, so there's one more gank I want to talk about, and this is like the ultimate bad mannered gank, really cheesy on top lane, and it's hilarious if it works. Go into the first brush, create a tunnel to the second one, and then leave the lane. When the laner pushes up, you can activate your ultimate behind them, and they are just pretty much screwed. You're right there in front of them. Now let's be honest, this will only probably work once, unless they're really dumb, but it's really funny, and people hate this happening to them. So apart from ganking, tunnels are also really good just to have a network on them so you can react to things around the map and kind of move around quicker. The first one is for dragon and also lets you get to your red quicker. Placing the entrance in the brush here means that even if the enemy wards over dragon, they won't see your tunnel and they won't expect you to show up. The next two are to get to bot and top lane quickly, and it's just putting the tunnel behind the lane. The enemy will literally never go back here, so you have no danger of it getting stomped and can always get there. The final safe tunnel is for mid and Baron and is in this brush. Now this is great if you can see the enemy jungler coming mid and you want to collapse and counter gank, or just react to Baron being taken. So hopefully this gives you some fun stuff to try out on Rek'Sai, especially that cheesy top gank. It's so much fun to actually pull off. If you enjoyed the video, then make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you next time.